What's up, dudes? Max here. Got kind of a unique opportunity yesterday with my wife Jessica to go check out a premiere event for Kingdom Hearts 3 thanks to some friends of ours over at Square Enix. They were able to get us in and allow us to check out the first kind of premiere event for the game. And Jessica is a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, which is initially why we were even able to go, because someone remembered a conversation she had with them before. And my work through Dissidia got me in the door to kind of check things out, and a lot of people were wanting to hear our impressions. And we did so last night on stream, and so many people missed it or didn't want to go back and check out the VOD, so I figured as much I'd put this up on YouTube, so hopefully you dudes don't mind, because, of course, a video covering Kingdom Hearts is exactly much opposite of what you kind of see on this channel, but either way, it's more impressions to put out there of what we felt about the game. We're not experts by any means, but we did both play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and highly enjoyed them when they came out. And kind of forgot about this game until now, where it's actually a reality, which is insane, considering it's been announced and in development for so long. So we kind of went in with a fresh mindset to see what the heck is going on, and we were pleasantly surprised by a lot, but I'll let the impressions run and give you guys an idea of how we felt. Hopefully you enjoy it, and we'll be back with more later, maybe after E3, if we get hands on more stuff. So, I guess we'll start talking about the game.
Okay, so he changed the Keyblade.
Yeah, so I'd say the coolest part of the game is,
you can switch Keyblades.
I'd say the biggest gripe everyone has of the old Kingdom Hearts games is just that you just press X. Like, and that is, but it's absolutely true. Like, most of the game is just hitting X and then properly timing everything else. And
it still kind of is, but you can do more.
Absolutely still that. Like, you still can do that, but like action games, because this game is more action gamey than... It's like Nomura is trying to get away from like the traditional RPG aspects. These are just action games now with RPG elements. And you could switch Keyblades on the fly. You can switch Keyblades like after combos. There's like crazy jump attacks. You level up Keyblade special moves, and then you get these ridiculous abilities that are just like screen changing. You get rides. Like there it is, pirate ship on the left.
The only thing that I have a big gripe a little bit slightly is like you can only block when you're idle.
Yes, blocking is weird. Blocking is more like a parry.
Yeah,
he does like a pose.
He does a pose.
There's some cool quality of life stuff. Like I haven't been keeping up on Kingdom Hearts tech for a long time, but you don't have to stop to do magic anymore. You can do magic while jumping. You can do. You can heal while moving. You can be running around and doing all this shit. And the thing I really wanted to test was like, okay, so how crazy does it get? Essentially, you have this meter over here on the left, and depending on which Keyblade you have, the more you attack and hit enemies, the more that levels up. And you can change a Keyblade from having a form to get a buffed out form to getting another thing to getting another thing. And then I'm like, whoa, so how many are there per Keyblade? And they're all per Keyblade, and then you can do the same shit for magic. You can actually use magic, and then if you hit enemies after the magic attack like a combo, you can level up the magic attack. It goes from Blizzara to Blizzaga, and then to Freeze something like that, or Flare, I think is what it was in the demo.
The shortcut's still the best thing, you know. That's great that they have the shortcut.
And then there's other things that are per Keyblade, like the pirate ship is on the left, but they haven't shown it yet. My favorite thing is rides. Like, which ride was your favorite, honey?
Oh, I wish I did a lot of them. I didn't like the boat too much because it was more idle. You didn't go around, but the teacups were pretty. The teacups were pretty sick because I like the final move too.
So the concept behind rides is that it's just
the rocket. I didn't know. I couldn't.
The rocket was a Woody thing. Woody had to be in your party. Yeah, I know.
Woody. Yeah, that's the thing. I had the rocket.
So if you leveled up at a certain point and Woody was doing things, you could get rocket. I was trying to get all the shit in the game, and the funny thing is, I never did the Wreck-It Ralph thing. There was a Wreck-It Ralph summon that I never even. I was trying to do all the combo shit.
Yeah, it's just I was trying to control the robot more.
Hey, Diggs, thank you, dude. Red Big as well, thanks, man.
The robot. The robot's really cool. So you could dash. There's dash and punch, but you have meter for that. So you got to watch your meters, like your stamina. Yeah. How much power you have.
The robot's just like an interesting like gimmick per stage type of thing. And you can just jump in robots. You can eject from them. There's 4 different ones that have different traits and shit. And it was cute.
Yeah, that one has cannons. I like the purple color, but it was weak. Like, that one was kind of weak.
I would say
the red one.
I actually jumped out of the robots a lot to fight them on my own to like try out shit. They have a lot of the level is clearly designed for you to be in a robot.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, see, he has the cannons. So it takes up a little bit charge. It's a little slower, but
I'd say getting rides in combos was probably my favorite thing. I think I just loved the fact that
I didn't do that one.
Goofy and Donald jump into a little cart ride just like the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Oh yeah, just like a Buzz Lightyear. I wish I did it all, dude. Like it's.
And you jump in this thing. They put goggles on, and you have the little blasters.
Yeah, you have the little blasters.
And you float around on a cart and shoot guys and combo them and juggle them. I'm like, wow, they literally made a super out of the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disneyland. And then they have the teacups ride. Oh, here's the Buzz Lightyear ride right here.
Yeah, it's a Buzz Lightyear.
It's like just like the ride. And then when you hit guys, you can combo them in the air for more experience points or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was cute. And then you get the pirate ship, you get the train, you get the teacups, which are hype as fuck for some reason. Yeah. The teacups are insane.
The teacups are
they spin. They're very visually like, and that's the kind of thing that I liked about the game the most, was that the variety of the combat. There was a lot.
There's a lot
of variety.
So much. If
you guys want to talk about performance. Apparently on Xbox, the game's gonna run at 60 frames per second on Xbox One X, so that's what I'm getting it on. Because the game, there was actually moments where this game was running at 60 on PS4 Pro. But what it is, it's just like Final Fantasy 15, it's an unlocked frame rate. So at times, it mostly is running at 30 in some situations. During combat with a whole bunch of enemies, it's running at around 30. But when you don't have a ton of enemies on screen, like outside of Andy's house, when you're on the driveway, it was running pretty close to 60, like 50 FPS or so, and I was like, huh. So if you're expecting like performance-wise, it's kind of similar to Final Fantasy 15, like Royale Edition, if you've played that. So that game kind of runs at about an unlocked frame rate of around like 40-ish frames a second. Pretty much the same thing with this game. These videos, unfortunately, chat, and we couldn't get direct capture at the event, these videos do the game no justice. Like, these are 1080p 60 videos at a crap bit rate.
It's a beautiful game.
The game does look a lot. The game looks a lot better.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Can you change keyblades on combat? Yes, you can. I think you have to finish the combo to switch the keyblade, but yeah, you just press left or right on the D-pad and it switches out between, I think, a pre-selected keyblades. There was no menu. You couldn't go into a menu and like adjust things.
Oh, and they said that this Toy Story World was only 30%.
Yeah, it's like 30% of the world, and this shit was big.
This was like, already big.
So there was a point where I was playing through and I was like running around and exploring the area and finding little cool gimmicks and shit, because there's little hints and nods. Yeah. There's a toy store that has a Dissidia section, and I lost my mind. there's a toy store area where they have Dissidia NT, but it doesn't have any Final Fantasy characters. It's got like Bahamut and Ifrit and all these other summons. And then you look at the price of the toy, and the price of the toy, like a Bahamut figure, is $130. I lost it. I was dying. I was like, it's
Max
accurate.
missed it in his playthrough, and then I showed Max, like, Max, did you see this?
I lost it. I'm like, that is accurate. That is absolutely how much those Play Arts figures cost. I know.
It was so funny.
So yeah, it was pretty funny. So the one thing I did ask chat, and I felt like I was kind of obligated to, because one of the things I liked the most about the Kingdom Hearts games is the Sephiroth fight, and seeing Cloud and Sephiroth talk to each other, and seeing Cloud and Squall talk to each other.
And there is no mention.
And there is no Final Fantasy characters anywhere, even on the Dissidia NT like toy area. That wasn't characters. It was summons.
It was just summons.
So I asked even some of the Square guys, and I'm like, I think the thing I might want to see the most in this game is like the return of like reimagined Final Fantasy characters. I want to see Noctis show up in this game. I feel like that's like a big opportunity. And they just said, yeah, we haven't seen anything yet, but we obviously have not really shown much. So they said they couldn't really comment on anything like Final Fantasy characters. So we'll see. I mean, that could be a thing that they're holding out on. But we'll find out. I kind of love that aspect of Kingdom Hearts, because it's like Final Fantasy and Disney mixed together. And this one feels really Disney.
Yes, this one is
overwhelmingly
super
Disney.
Super Disney.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. That's one thing I kind of was looking forward to.
I forgot to ask too, like, how do you travel to worlds? So I didn't know if there was like another flying thing.
This game really feels like in terms of a video game, it feels like Kingdom Hearts 2, but you can just do more. Like, you can just get access to more cooler things. But in terms of like progression and how you fight the enemies in this area, there's a zone. the zone stops, you get a cutscene.
Yes.
They stop talking during the cutscene. You go through. Heartless show up. You fight the Heartless. Like the pace of the game.
I wasn't able to do the locking.
Yeah, the lock-on was an R1. I think that's a mechanic from an old game, one that I didn't really play.
Yeah.
The pace of the game is very much like Kingdom Hearts 2. Like,
yes.
It's been a long time since I've played 2, but it felt like I was playing a Kingdom Hearts thing. Oh, this was cool.
I know.
If you have magic and you use magic like arrow, you can leave a little arrow spell on the ground and it acts like a big jump.
Yeah.
And you can get jump attacks. If you use ice, you can actually surf the ice. It's really
cool. It was
cool.
hard to control that thing.
Yeah, this thing was specifically hard to control.
Yeah, it's just rocket.
Trying to think.
Oh, it's a Birth by Sleep. Yeah, it's a Birth by Sleep lock shot.
The funny thing is that, yeah, like the Toy Story demo area was lasting so long. Like we were getting like 40 minutes in and it's like, okay, I gotta stop wandering and adventuring because I gotta play the Hercules demo and I'm just gonna crit path it. So I just crit path it and got to the end. And I don't know if we can talk about the last boss. We can't discuss it all. You'll see it soon, chat. From what I understand, this is most likely what's going to be at E3, and that was one of the big reasons I wanted to go with JaeJae was that it's going to be a lot of E3 stuff here. So I'm like, oh, we can get like a jump on E3, so we don't have to like worry about playing a whole bunch of Kingdom Hearts there because there's going to be so much stuff.
I think for this, they said the demo is probably going to be the same that we played for these two worlds.
So overall, I actually had a lot of fun. If there's one thing at the end of this entire thing that made me want more of was to actually go back and play the older Kingdom Hearts games. That was the first thing. Is like, man, I want to go back and actually relive the old Kingdom Hearts games and the music and get past the horrible gummy sections as fast as possible. Remember that stupid ass gummy ship stuff?
Gummy and then Little Mermaid stage.
Oh my god. 4 hours later, you want to die. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 through twice on PS2, but I never played any of the remasters. At least, like, we just dabbled in it. And people have been requesting us to play Kingdom Hearts for like 5 friggin' years. For a long time. Biggest takeaway is that it's really fun and the game is super polished. That's one big takeaway. It looks
really good. Every little detail on here is great.
When you see shit in motion, it's quite gorgeous with all the effects. There is some moments where there's performance drops, like actually on this boss when you're smacking him with the train. The game drops down to 20 frames a second or something, but it's
slightly
brief.
Slow.
And I hope that stuff like that gets ironed out because there are moments where they throw so many enemies at you and so many like things are happening. It's just, I feel like you're playing a larger scale Dynasty Warriors game or something. There's just so much shit. Did it feel clunky? It didn't really. Like, I would say the only thing that was weird to me, because maybe I wasn't being perceptive enough, is that I was getting knocked the hell around by some enemies, and I didn't realize where it was coming from.
That was a little iffy, and I was watching my life, like, oh my goodness, I lost that much life.
And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, and the alarm starts going off.
Yeah, and then that's when I realized, oh, there is a block, but the block you have to...
I don't know if there was some...
You have to be standing still.
I don't know if I wasn't being perceptive enough, or like not really paying attention to where the enemies were coming from, but I was like hoping there was like God of War kind of thing, like with a warning indicator that you have an attack incoming from behind you.
Never had that.
They never really had that,
they never had that. You literally had to watch where you were.
Yeah, Donald did not use heal very often. I mean,
that and the locking system is pretty much the same.
I don't know if I even actually understood how lock-on even worked. Like, it was automatically just...
It was right trigger.
It was right trigger, okay.
Yeah, so...
I kind of let the auto...
R1, it was like R1.
I let the auto lock-on kind of do its own thing. But for the most part, yeah, like... It was very fun. I'd say the biggest gripe I have is that the cutscenes, while they look better than like, especially the cutscenes for the Toy Story stage, which is the one you see the most for, we can't show them off, but at the same time, they look incredible.
Yeah.
The voice acting's also really good.
The voice actors, I was surprised on the voice acting.
Haley Joel Osment still does a good Sora, although it's definitely an older, more mature, like Sora. And he's been doing that voice for like 15 years or something like that. And the voice actors they got for the other characters are like sound-alikes, but they actually sound pretty good. Yeah. And it all like reeks of really high quality. I think the only...
It was in English, yes.
It was in English, yeah. We actually got the English version. I think the only gripe I have is that the way the characters the characters have quips that make Buzz Buzz and Woody Woody, and like a lot of the events revolve around it, but the way it's handled is very much like the older Kingdom Hearts games, where kind of inconsequential characters talk a lot, cutscenes go on for a long time, and at some point, as I was keep watching these cutscenes, and I'm like, dude, the game is so cool, like I just want to play the game and skip the cutscenes. But they focus a lot on a bunch of cutscenes of like Donald and Goofy and characters talking to each other and everything like that. So I kind of, at one point I wanted to skip cutscenes. I was like, you know what, I think I just want to play the game.
I think this is a demo, okay? So demo meaning they're giving Sora all the moves. His life bar is super long. You know, he has all these other keyblades.
If it's Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, I'm shocked. They sound alikes.
Yeah, they sound alike. But the thing is, someone asked if this game was too overpowering. Like, you know, something that's just too easy.
I think the version there were some parts that I almost died in.
Yeah, it was mostly the robots.
Yeah, there's a robot area where those robots will like mess you up unless you get in a robot.
There was like 6 of them just gaining 6 or 7 of them gaining up on you.
But ultimately, if you want a challenge in a Kingdom Hearts game, you put the game
put it on hard,
on the hardest difficulty, which is what. And at the end of this play session, I'm like, that's what I'll absolutely be doing.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing I wanted more, some of the enemies died like just too fast, and I want there to be like, I want to do this more. I wanted to sit in the Andes street and fight stuff more. Especially
the magic Heartless. You know how hard they were last time?
Yeah.
Remember?
You whacked them one combo and they died.
Yeah. And it was just like, whoa. I remember those guys being a pain in the ass. They're doing lightning on you, keep firing at you, and you keep getting stunned and you couldn't even go over there and hit them.
Is the game too gimmicky? I'd say like this aspect of it, like what you're seeing is only one level, and yeah, this level did have a gimmick, and the gimmick was that you can get in robots. That was pretty much the gimmick. But outside of that, like there is a lot of gimmicks on attacks and things. Like there's so many special transformation attacks between stuff you can do with your teammates, much less your guest teammates, much less each Keyblade, much less each ride you can get, much less summons. Like there's so much crazy cinematic stuff happening that
use your magic
when using magic and like crowd control magic and Aeroga and Thundaga. I was like, you know what, it's like I'm just ripping these enemies to shreds at times because you have so much. So I'm thinking that's where I kind of want a harder difficulty. Like they almost give you so many attacks that you can use. Was there any NPCs in the world? Not that I remember. No.
No, but they did mention to where...
They did mention there would be towns and stuff like that.
Yeah, like they showed off a Rapunzel town.
Yeah, Rapunzel.
And they had people there, but there was no prompts.
The village from Tangled.
The village from Tangled. And when Sora was running around, there was no prompts to
it sounds just like Kingdom Hearts 2. In all honesty, it did feel a lot like... like Kingdom Hearts. Like a lot of this, the game design feels like Kingdom Hearts 2. It feels like you're gonna get another big, epic Kingdom Hearts game. So, yeah, I think it's just fun. Like I think that's what it boils down to. It's just like
it was fun.
I feel like I'm going to Disneyland or something like that, and that's the best part about it. And I think the only thing I really want to see, the cutscene thing doesn't really bother me because that's just the nature of Kingdom Hearts cutscenes. It's about the power of the heart and all this cheese
Treasure Planet would have been
Planet would never happen.
But it would never happen because
it would be awesome and it would never happen.
They're really focused on Pixar.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
they are really focused on Pixar.
There seems to be a lot of Pixar influence in like modern
Yes.
Disney CG movie influence. We had a lot of fun, and...
no comparable compact to Bayo or DMC. It's not even close.
I would say it's...
it's like Kingdom Hearts.
They're definitely... It's like just take Kingdom Hearts 2 and just make it so that you can do a ton more stuff.
Yes.
Like make the quality of life stuff better. You can move and jump and stuff while throwing magic and everything like that.
Again, no mention of any other worlds.
Yeah, they didn't tease anything else.
They really kept that secret.
I went in just like, yeah, we'll go take a drive down to Santa Monica and have some fun. And I left like actually, wow, I want to go play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 now.
Yeah.
Like, I want it. So it did a good job. Like in terms of getting you excited and stuff like that, it's going to be a quote unquote goofy, fun time. And that's...
The music was great.
The music's fantastic.
The music's
great.
Like,
dude, the music on this section is super good. The music when you're climbing the mountain to fight Titan is super cool.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Most of the rides are very decorated, like Electric Parade.
Yeah, they're all electric
Even
parade.
the teacups.
Even the teacups.
Yeah, very Electric Parade. Even the boat was
they stand
everything
out.
was sparkly. Yeah.
And I like that
Electric
because the
Parade,
electrical
yeah.
parade is, childhood memories to it. Would you fight Sephiroth? I mean, that's what I want. That's like the big goal for everybody in the Kingdom Hearts games is to fight Sephiroth
Now
as a hidden boss. Is to fight Sephiroth or like, I just want to see Cloud and Sephiroth talk to each other. That's all I want.
No release date. No.
No, they didn't give a release date. It'll probably get announced at E3. So anyway, it was cool. We had a lot of fun.
Late
And we got a
November.
swag bag.
Oh yeah.
And they gave us one of these things. You get like a Kingdom Hearts 3 notebook, Kawaii Desune, Disney stuff.
Yeah.
This is a blade key, I think is what it's called, a kablade, and it is a sippy cup. Did I meet any of the artists there? No, but Tetsuya Nomura was there, which was crazy.
That was
And
crazy.
I had kind of a flashback moment, chat. Back in 2005, 2006, there was the first American screening of Advent Children in LA at the Cinerama Dome. And we waited me and Simmons and I think Bojack and a couple of other friends waited for 6 hours to get in line to watch that screening. It was the first premiere of the English voice version of Advent Children. And that was the last time I saw Nomura in person. And this was the second time since then. So it'd been like 13 years or some shit. Yeah, if you die in Kingdom Hearts 3 and die in real life. They told us, that's what they told us directly. Yeah.
That's why they gave you so much life in the beginning.
That's why, they give you a lot of potions, just because. And
because they knew Donald would heal you.
right before they put the earphones on, they said, they told me directly, right to my face, if you die in the game, you die for real. I was like, oh, fuck.
30%
Damn.
of the world, not the
Kingdom
game.
Hearts got dark. Play
It's
Kingdom Hearts games with wife. Before this game comes out, we will. Don't worry.
It's just like the Heartless are back.
I own the
pretty
PS4.
much.
I actually own the PS4 remaster of these games, but I never actually played them. And I figured we would play them leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3, and guess what? Now I want to play Kingdom Hearts more than I ever have. It was actually fun to get out of the house and to go play a game that never is coming out. Like,
It was like a dream. Like I was like, Max, pinch me. Is this
dude,
real?
I'm like, dude, well, I remember taking a drive down to Double Helix to go try out the new build of Killer Instinct with Kenny and Simmons, and we were having a conversation in the car that Kingdom Hearts 3 finally got announced. Whoa, that's crazy. I wonder when it'll come out. That was 5 years ago, man. That was half a decade ago. Kids went through high school and are 1/4 through college since this game was announced. It's crazy. That's great. So the opportunity, like, hey, do you want to be the first to play Kingdom Hearts 3? I was like, hell yeah. Let's go. Whoa. No, what, really? We gotta go check this shit out.
Characters.
I just like seeing
moves.
characters talk to each other, but
Yeah, it
even
was cool.
the story in all the Kingdom Hearts games, I played the first one twice, I played the second one twice, I can't even tell you what happened. All I can tell you is that there's some power of the heart metaphor thing.
They said that
and
it was
their
literally about the heart.
Friendship is
Oh yeah,
magic,
they did mention that. They said that
hearts
it's
are-
really focused
are
on
magic.
the heart.
and friendship hearts are magic,
Heart.
and
Heart.
that will
Hearts
stop
are
the
magic.
darkness, and then the darkness will become light, but the light will become heartless, but the heartless will become darkness, and I will embrace the heartness. That was the story. What I remember is that playing it was very fun. Playing it was super,
really, really fun.
super fun, and
But
that's what I wanted the most.
They're really focused on the heart. That's what they said.
How close was I, chat? He's not wrong, actually. That was kind of close.